Okay, so other day we have seen the this the
I tried that drop down thing, but it's not working for me.
okay, yeah, don't worry, I have figured it out, it's working, so I'll show you. So same thing, we have used the select class. Yeah, I'll explain first. So select class, we will create a new instance of select class. So select class itself, a select class already has some constructor inside, implicit constructor. So that takes argument the driver that we have actually created, the driver dot find element, whatever element we want to operate upon, select the drop down. So that we have to basically pass this parameter. We can pass this separately also, like web element el is equal to driver dot find element, but we can directly pass. So like this. Normally it takes web element kind of argument. Web element el is equal to.
I tried this same thing. I tried select ATL is equal to new select driver dot find element by dot CSS selector input value is equal to pass count, and then ATL dot select by visible text too, but it's not selecting.
Okay, let me show you. It is selecting for me. So we can pause parameter like this, or okay, new keyword is missing. Okay, so basically either this or this, so both are same. So I am going to comment this one. So then m dot we can either select by index, select by name, select by whatever methods available. So let's see what are methods available in select class. So m dot select by index, select by value, select by visible text. So select by value is normally take same thing as select by visible text. I think we can find out the difference. Index is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 in the drop down. So I have tried to select second one, that means 0, 1, 2, third one. So let us see. Let me run and let's see. Okay. So it selected departing from London, right? So that is 0, 1, 2. Okay. So we can go back and perform the same for passengers, which we wanted to do. So you understood, right? It's the same thing, only that you have to import this particular package for this one. This is the package.
I did that.
Okay, so let us take a look at this.
Can you connect to my machine and share what mistake I am doing?
Okay, that's what I was saying. So okay, let's connect to your machine. Tell me your password.
3209. 3209.
I think I have to okay, that's fine.
So I was using by dot name also here. I tried, but it was saying that name is not allowed or some error it was giving me here. So first I tried by dot name.
Yeah, by dot name is only available. Otherwise, ID is not there, right? So we don't have a choice there. Whatever the developer tool show, we have to take that, because the developer might have given only that one name. If he has given ID, we have to take it. So by n is small n, Prachi.
Just a minute. Okay.
Okay, you commented it, right?
If I comment,
We don't need to go for CSS selector. So just by name.
by your name, right?
Yeah, by dot name. That's it.
Yeah. So this
So
is the
like
one, but
this,
it's showing
like this.
some.
Okay, n is small here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that mistake I have done.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
okay,
I
how
use
do
the N big one.
yeah, how do you see?
So
You
now
don't,
this should work, right?
right. So let me show it to you again. N, you don't take the name according to like whatever you think. We can copy paste. Let me show you again. So you put it here and you put it here. So you whatever this is, that's it. You cannot put it's case sensitive basically. So whatever the developer has given, it's basically the property name starts with small. Bottom line is that one. So always remember that either it is ID or name or title or whatever, it should be starting with small letter only. So just remember that.
Okay.
So in
Let's
just
run it.
let us run it. So in case you don't remember that one, just copy paste whatever the developer tools show. It is better to copy paste. So how did you in Demoaut you registered again my name, or is it working directly? It should be working, right?
No, it's working directly. I just checked the website and I logged in with Sangam Sangam and it was working. So
Okay.
this is working.
Okay, so I was thinking it's a local host. Means if I register, it will be anybody can use because it's on the internet, right? So if it is
See,
local,
it did select passengers.
no, hold on. It's I think taking time because it
It's done. Wow.
departing from
Okay,
Anchor.
it's done.
Okay, passengers, yeah.
Yeah, no. Passengers I have selected textures too.
Right, yeah.
So this was my code.
Yeah. Okay, so let's continue.
Okay.
So let me switch to my screen. I am disconnecting your screen.
Okay.
Okay, so let me do the same thing for number of passengers here. So what we can do, the best way is to put it in a library one time. So we just call it. So that's what I did. So let's see if it's working or not. So the last time the mistake I made was I did not import this package, the select package, in this one where I was calling that. So that was a mistake. So basically this was corrected.
Yeah, I had just now checked on. I was getting that select one error. So I checked on website. So it told to import that package.
Right, yeah. Yeah, exactly. The package is essential. So the other day has this is the basic concept. So instead of repeating the same thing, we can put it in a library and call it. But we will do it later once we finish it. So it's always best way to just finish your automation, then you modularize, call, import and everything later. So let me come here. So I have to do this thing for passengers. Okay, so the thing is here I have to go back and relaunch. Okay, relaunch with the add-ons. Normally when Selenium launches, it launches without add-ons. So that's why there is no fire bug here. So if you want to do it in the Chrome, we can also do it in the Chrome, but that is later. So right now we'll stick to Firefox driver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it manually. So right now, if you see, this thing is open. That means if we open it, I just set it as open with the add-ons and everything. So that's better. So this thing is done. I'm going to manually login. Go for the Firebug. So this is a name again, select name pass count, so I'm going to use as is. By name from port. Okay, so this time I have to take this. So this time around we will take by visible text or something. So let me take 2. Let's see how it works. Select by value. Okay, let's try select by value. Value is simply 3. So let's try for the rest of it and we will run it one time. So it will be selected like this, London, and on date we have to give. So same procedure again, right? So that would be from 1. So here we are repeating everything. So later we will modularize. So just for maintaining this thing, what I will do is, okay, so we can do one thing. Select driver dot find element by name. Okay, we have to repeat this thing anyway. So let's make a difference here itself. So what I'll do is, that's a passengers, right? Okay, so that will select passengers, select N dot select, let's call it 2. Okay, even if you do, we have to repeat the same thing. So the best way is to put it in a library. Right. So I want to avoid repeating from port passengers. Okay, so we'll stick to this one instead of simply we'll put comment here. Okay, so this one is from month. So let's call it N1, N1, N2, Okay, so we will try the other one. Select by visible text. Okay, so I'm guessing it should be more or less similar to the second one. So let me try January. So that's for selecting date of month of travel. So we still have to set the date. I'm going to copy. This would be from day. Let's call. Okay, we select January 14. On January 14th, I guess this is the year. Okay, it's basically blocking the Java preferences. So the Java is blocking this. Ignore, reload. Even if we reload, I'm missing. Yeah, so I think we have to switch to different browser. This is a browser issue. Let's try it in Chrome.
I think everybody has time to learn a treehouse.
Oh, okay. This doesn't work in the browser. Okay. So all we have to do is we have to switch the browser type here. Yeah. Okay, so let's run it in the Chrome. So let's see if it's working till this point.
We need to set that system property something, na?
Ah, right. Oh, okay, my mistake.
That part of Chrome.
Right, yeah, I forgot. Firefox doesn't need it, but Chrome needs it. So, where is it? because Firefox we have already driver takes care of it, right? The Selenium standalone driver, that whatever we added, that takes care of it. But Chrome driver, there is no jar file, so we have added a exe file in the folder. So this needs to be uncommented, right? Okay. Okay, I think the ear is blocked here also. Okay, however that works. There is some problem with add-ons. Okay, plugins were blocked on this page. So let us see manually if it works without ear, because ear I can't load it. Can you load the ear, Prachi, on your machine? Okay, so year is not required. Automatically it is taking 2014, so that's not a problem. Why it is not loaded? So okay. So what I'll do is, the best practice is to, whenever you select something, it's better to print it to console or report it to somewhere which you want to put it in the results, test results later. So we will apply the same thing, like we are displaying the page title right here. So we will do the same thing. We will like go step by step. Once we reach to the point where we will see the actual framework.
January is throwing error. We can put December, right?
Yeah, December.
January is always showing some. Yeah.
Okay, January.
We'll put value as December.
Right. Yeah, because January 2014 does not. It's in the past, right? So obviously it's.
Yeah.
So let's take December 14 to December 15. We will just vary the date, so we will stick to 2014 only. Unfortunately, it is not loading. For you also, it's not loading, or is it loading? This one. I think it's a site problem. So once we finish the automation of this site, we will switch to another site, mortgage calculator or hotels or bids.com. So those provide correct VF add-ons and everything, so they won't block basically. So anyway, let me continue. Okay, so when you select 3, what I'm going to print is, so normally in the real time we won't use sysout. This is just for your understanding. So we will use log message. There is a method called log message, or we will create, not log message. So basically we have to write a function for log message which logs this message, like add selected the month, selected the year, selected the number of passengers, to a flat file or something, so that we can report it. And it will also write if it's actually selected, then pass. If it's not selected, fail, stop. So,
it's working.
okay, I think
January
it's
to March is working.
okay, so it's also showing the year of travel.
Yeah, it's showing 14/1/2014 to 14/3/2014 when I go to the next page.
Okay, I think it's a problem with browser. So here, see, it's just closed. That's okay, it's working. Just we will ignore that part for the time being. So for you, if you are trying on your machine, you can also include the year. So since it's working.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm trying to do is, I'm just trying to print after every test step to see if it's actually carried out successfully or not. Okay, so then here, from port is selected, okay, number of passengers is selected. arriving city. Okay, so from day 14 to port is let's call this visible text. So instead of guessing, just it's better to copy like this. 2 month, 2 day. So arrival day. Okay, arrival month. Month should be. So what I'm visible text, right? So let's keep it December. Same thing over here. December. So visible text today, let's call okay, so then we switch to the radio buttons preferences. N7. So radio buttons, dealing with radio buttons is easy. It's just find element dot click, right? So just the way we did it, we'll use the same like this. So here we use CSS selector. That's not that's okay. So we can select. We can just use by dot name also. We could have done with by dot name. That's fine. Coming down, so I'll simply we have already created the driver, so one time creation of driver is fine from driver, so I'll use a driver dot find element by dot, so its name, I'll give the name here. So let's check let's select first class. So name is I think there is a name, serve class, type radio, value is first. Okay, let's see by name. Name is serve class. Okay, so the serve class basically it's a group name, the radio group name. So obviously we cannot use this. We have to go for value. So let's go for the CSS selector. So what is the syntax? If I don't remember syntax, CSS selector, class name. So this is the class name, and this is the actual your property name. So property name in the sense, is it a ID or is it a value or is it a name or something? Then it's value, then followed by the method. So that's the ideal way. So instead of so you just put a square bracket over here, right? So if you do not remember, I will suggest copy this.
So it will be always input, or it can change.
I will show you
Class
that.
name.
That's basically it is shown here, right? This is the class name. Whatever class name the developer has given, we have to use. So it is sometimes it's input, sometimes it is span, sometimes it is something else. So based on the class, this is the class name. This is the actual property name you want to use, and this is the property value. So that's it. Basically we cannot use this one because it's a group name, right? Server class, because group name does not distinguish between economy class, business class and first class. So we have to look for the value which is unique to that. So obviously the value business, this one. So value is the property name that I want to use in my program. So that's what I did. I will give you the syntax for this one later. So the syntax is something like this: XPath. So span is kind of it's a class, and text is your property name, and link title. Okay, so that's the actual value. So what I'm doing here is, instead of passing it hard coded, I am passing the parameter for which I have created the function. So which will take a look at later. So because that will be cumbersome right now, and blah blah blah. So these are for the escape character, since you are using quote, right? So quote you cannot use inside this one, so you have to escape it. So quote is preceded by the backslash, that means you are escaping it. So same thing, end quote and starting quote. So it is kind of confusing. I'll explain you one time, and next time if once you understand, that's it. So next time you don't have to write every time, so just copy it somewhere and just paste it and replace class name, property name, link title and method. That's it. Same thing for the CSS selector also. So we will look at that later. Same thing. Input title is equal to enter your username, dots and keys, blah blah blah. So input value one way. So instead of one way, we have to take value, right? Okay, so here business, not this one, whatever this shows. And for radio button it's always click. For input box it's send keys. For push button it's click. For cell drop down it is select. Okay, so I think that should be fine. So I'll simply service code. Okay, this will skip it, then finally we'll click. So let us see, the continue is not a button, it's a image. Yeah, it's a image, but it's input type. Class is input, type is image, and name is find flights. So here you can directly use find flights by name, so that should be fine. If by name doesn't work, we have to go use the CSS or XPath. So for the time being, I will use. So normally the submit doesn't work, otherwise we would have just said web element dot submit. So thus unfortunately it doesn't work here because it's not a button simply. So I'll say click on continue. Okay, this is not required. Select. So name is find flights. I'll copy this here. So okay, so one page is done. So let us try and execute this. Okay, then successfully continue to next page. So till here it's everything as we have done, but repeatedly we have done for different element. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is okay, so successfully continue to next page. Here we will do again these operations, selecting the flight, departure flight and arrive return flight, and then continue. Only 3 operations. So if you want to like okay, not this page, next page, we can like do some validations that we'll take a look at later. Right now what we are seeing is just the navigation part. How do you navigate, how do you automate just the navigation through different pages? That itself is important. So we will go to the next page. London Depot, certain flight. Select departure flight. Okay, so since it's a radio button, let us check Control Shift I in the Chrome. So if you want to select a different one, not the default one, so obviously you have to check name. Name is output out flight, right? Okay, so this time we will use okay, let's see, there is an option called copy CSS path. So let's see what it actually generates. Okay, so basically you don't need this. Copy. You don't need to do everything. If we copy CSS path, it's copying everything. Yeah, that's one. Another string. Remove string. Okay, let us see if this works or not. Type radio. What is the exports? Okay, it's basically copying everything right from HTML body, table, row, table data until this. So we don't need that much right now. So let us try this. This works or not. Otherwise, we will stick to our own small CSS path. So that's out, right? Value, okay. So I had to go for the value. This one is the value. Copy that. So that did not copy. Let's try over. Okay, so we'll shift to our method. We'll do the trial and error later. So input is a class. Input is a class, and what we are looking for is not the name outflight, because these all belong to the group out name outflight. So what we want is value, right? Same thing for return flight, value. Again continue. So since this is the simple image link, we can just use by name. Okay, so this will be okay. Okay, so we'll play back till this point. So this is error free, right? Okay, so we can play this. So one thing we can incorporate later, so that if some browsers are already open, then we can close before, like opening here, like here, or even before getting the driver. Obviously you have to create an instance of driver, so then close the existing browsers, then reopen new browser, blah blah blah. So that we will do it later. So for the time being, we can just task kill is another. If multiple instances of browsers are open, we can close them at one time. Firefox. So normally when there is a problem with the Eclipse itself, so what you can do is you can kill Java W process star, so that would kill all the Java W process. If you want to kill all Java process including Java W process, So this would kill everything so that you can start fresh. Okay, we won't kill right now. Okay, great. So hope this is the last page or last but one page. It will ask for the credit card details in the next page. So we will do this. So in here, so if you have seen multiple pages, what you can think of is, instead of automating everything in the same class, you maintain a separate package for pages. That's a part of automation framework. So in that, the bouquet flight page goes in there. So then bouquet flight has different elements such as input box, checkbox, and drop downs and everything. So for these are infrastructure level elements. So you will put all these code for all these selecting, clicking, drop down, selecting, and entering or something, send keys. So the basic infrastructure level functions will go to another package called infrastructure. So then infrastructure, the pages will call infrastructure, your test case will call pages, blah blah blah. So that's how you have to define the frameworks. There are many. We will look into that later once we successfully finish this one flat automation script. So far, any doubts, Prachi?
No.
No, right? Okay. So this, what we are doing is, we are doing the repeatedly same thing. We are selecting, basically you are dealing with the same kind of elements. Normally in a web page, what you interact with is not more than 5 elements. What are those? Input box, radio buttons, check boxes, drop downs, and push buttons and links. Images. Yeah, that's it. So only sometimes it throws challenges. So there you need to spend a lot of time. That is the only way. So however, if we spend lot of time on the defined building a framework, later it will be very easier for us to automate pages. So right now we will stick to what we are doing, flat. This is called linear frameworks, because there is no multiple modularization. So just we are flat. We are going to automate everything in a single class. So that's fine for the time being. Okay, so here you might need to, like, your test case might say, okay, is it calculating correctly? The total price, is equal to the price of return ticket and plus flight, the actual departure ticket multiplied by the number of pages plus taxes, something like that. So we needed to calculate is this correct or not. So that we will do it later, not right away. We will just navigate right for the time being. So we will maybe you can do that. You can capture this. If you know QTP, there is a method called get our property. So and get our property, get value. Using that you capture these and calculate blah blah blah. So similarly, we have to do it in the Selenium using different available built-in methods. Okay, so we'll take a look at that later. So for everything, what you have to do is here, like in QTP, if you're already aware, you use, what do you use in QTP? Do you already know QTP, Prachi?
Yeah, I know, but the basic concepts and the record playback and all, but I have not done coding level QTP.
Okay, yeah, coding level normally requires VB scripting. So in that you use getter property. So to capture that value you use object spy. So here what I was trying to compare with QTP is, like in QTP has object spy, we have developer tools here. So every time to capture the property of element, we must use the this Control Shift I in the Firefox Mozilla, in Chrome, and Firebug or Firepath in the Firefox. So okay, let us start with first name. So this is again name, so we will copy the bouquet flight. So always maintain a separate comment so that it's easier for us later. So initially what we are going to do is first name first. Okay, tell me, how do you write from the scratch if you want to write? You have already created a driver, right? Driver, WebDriver is equal to new Chrome driver or Firefox driver. So then driver dot find element, then by class, then flag. Here if you want to use CSS, that's fine, or XPath, that's fine, but here what you see is what you get. Name is equal to name, okay, dot. So what do you apply here? Dot? No, dot. So okay, click is fine, but send key is ultimately, because you have to enter something, right?
Okay.
So it's okay. First of all, even before click, it's better to clear. That means if something is already entered there like this, it won't be. It's very unlikely that something is. For example, if you set the browser like okay, keep the values or something, it will keep these values. So in such, or if you click on a back button, sometimes if it will keep the values. So just to clear that, we can just use the clear method. That's a good practice. Otherwise what it will do is it will come here, and whatever the first name you are entering, it will just append to it later. So that might result in a wrong result. So it's better to clear. Then like you said, click. So why we are using click? It's not a button, but still we are using the click, because sometimes it might go out of focus. So just to make sure that it is in focus, clear and stay it in focus, and then you apply the sentence. Yeah. Okay, so we will apply the same thing for everything, or however we have to capture the property values. First, last. That is for 3 members. Unfortunately, we have selected three members. So it's starting from past last 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's what it will do. So we can do one thing. We can, instead of 2, what I'll do is next time we can put a for loop. In the realistic automation, we can put a for loop and enter everything. That's one thing. But to minimize the effort level in first time automation, let's go for pass count 1, so that we don't have to enter everything. So we can skip this, right? So then directly come to credit card details. Okay, so credit card details will be right here. There is no, okay, right here, number. So since it's a drop down, we have to use a select class. Where is the select class code? Right here. So last time we successfully executed, which results in successful the comments like this. So however, these are just for your understanding. If you want to like export it a proper flat file or Word or Excel sheet, then we have to do some other stuff that we'll do later. Okay, so N7 was the last one, N8. Drop down name is credit card. Select by visible text, Visa. Number. So that would be send keys. So we'll apply the same thing. So clear, click, send keys, which is a good practice. So what we'll do is name, credit number, so it's like any 15-digit number, right? 1112222. 16-digit number, I guess. Then expiration date. So what we are seeing here, the red color ones, I think they are mandatory, but however expiration date is also mandatory, which is not in red, which is a defect. That's okay. Credit card expiration month. So credit card expiration month, and this, I guess, credit card expiration year followed by. So that's the next one. So this. Okay, so this is a drop down, right? My mistake. So if we have a function written for it, we would have directly called it like class instance dot select. So that would be easy. That we will see later. This is like flat is cumbersome for some people. Flat is easier, but okay. So what is that? Drop down. Okay, we already right here. Select by visible text 09, by name, credit card expiration month. Okay, same thing goes for the year also. All you have to change is year. So let's check the, okay, this is a 4-digit. Alright, so that's done. And first name, middle name, last name are mandatory again. They may not be mandatory, this might ignore, but still we will enter CC first name. Same case, same thing. Same thing. So then we will stick to the whatever address is there. Okay, then directly click on the secure purchase. So that's a link always needs to be clicked. Okay, we'll try to do this. Like this. Okay, so let's see one time manually it's working or not. Expiration is still 2010 only. Okay, we'll put 2010. Alright, so we'll check it's working manually. Okay, fine. The itinerary has been booked successfully. Then we can log out or stay on the same page. Okay, so we'll do till here. Let's see back to flights. So then we can validate this one later if you want to. Log out will bring you to the login page again. So let us run this. Okay. Okay, so within 20 seconds max finish it. And the successful message should be appearing here. And if you can put you can also put failure message in such case. If there is, it's not entered exactly, we haven't put any failure messages, so it's not entering blah blah blah, so that we can do. So did you understand the whole process, Prachi, or do you have any doubts? I hope not.
No, I don't have any
You
doubts.
don't have, right? So this is the easiest. So you can do the same thing. I'll send you the code. So what I want you to do is, I want you to validate this. The page, in the back page, I have shown you that there is a calculation, right? Total price of tickets is equal to number of passengers into two flight plus return flight plus taxes, blah blah, the calculation. You can validate that one, and you can also validate the same thing here if you can. So try that. And there are different validations also. You can check that this is the current date or not, just the date, not the time. And flight confirmation, you can store it, capture it, and put it up, print it to console just for. So let me just show you. Once this is done, we will switch to another application, or we can do one thing, we can modularize or data drive this. I can show you either of these. So before that, let us capture this. So this, the whole thing is a label. Okay, so this is basically, here it shows confirmation number, right? But it does not show any property name like name or ID or something. So how do you do that? So you have to go a little bit up TDTV, because there is a web hidden table, which is not visible right now, that has some table date, table rows, table data, blah blah blah. So this is basically one of the table data. And if you go up, there is a table data class, right? So you have to use one of these. So if this particular thing says hidden, do not use, and go up, and where you can find something like this, class name and name, property name, and try to use that and capture, just sys out this to console and see if it is able to print, or is it showing the object not visible, throwing object not visible exception. Then what is the exception, why it is showing, just check it. Okay, so right now what we'll do is, instead of repeating, we are trying to repeat everything here, right? So what I will do, I'll just create one function for each kind, one function for button, one function for selecting something from drop down, and try to call here instead of repeating this. So how will we do this? So let's create another library, or this is okay. Find flight finder. So what are the different pages? First we will see the home page, right? So let's call this pages just for the time being. Yeah, the package name starts with lowercase. Let's start with. So the convention should be like this, not just flat pages. For example, your project name is, let's say, project, whatever your project name, dot pages, like this. So flat, that's project name dot pages. So that will correctly tell you. Or if you're trying to, if there are different types of pages like IEG pages, your what you call different pages, for example portal pages, or what you call modal pages, blah blah blah. So you can also mention it, but for the timing I'll just mention project name dot pages. Click on OK. So every time you say the same thing, so you have still automation project in which there are different packages. So not just example, we will change that later. So let's see here. So here I am saying I created one flight finder, right? So similarly I will create another page class called home page. So home page, welcome Mercury Tours. So normally this starts with capital letter. Okay, let us just stick to the home page right now. Finish. So let me create. Okay, so this goes like this. So in this we will create another package. Okay, first we'll do one step by step. Right? What I will do is go to Firefox test. So obviously we need to import everything. I'll copy this. So first what we are doing, first we are trying to log in. So you don't need to create the WebDriver in that, right? Do you? So maybe yeah, you need to create because we are going to use this. So this portion is logging in. Okay, what I will create is I will just create a separate. Okay, we will keep it as is. We will create a separate new package. Let's call it test case project dot test case. Okay, so in this we can actually call these whatever functions we have already created methods for. So public static. So first we are starting with driver creation. I'll just copy this.